have tools that no longer serve their original purpose. These swords are all like really chipped. You can tell that they've been really used. They've gone through the same things. They've been used the same way over and over, and they're no longer fit for their original purpose. So when we have tools like this, and the sword suit represents the mind, the way that we communicate, the way that we process information, and the way that we communicate new information or apply new information. When we have tools that no longer fit their original purpose, we are responsible for repurposing them in ways that are not cruel to us. So in ways that don't punish us for the fact that a natural process is happening, for the fact that what used to work no longer works. It's our responsibility, our opportunity to write a new story for ourselves. The Princess of Cups tells me that we have every resource that we need to protect ourselves when nostalgia, when similar experiences or repeating cycles like anxiety, like conflict, when these nostalgic experiences call us back, we can approach these experiences with curiosity and with compassion instead of feeling so vulnerable that we're stuck in our shell, right? We can use our shells for protection, but we don't need to be stuck in them or hiding in them and avoiding kind of what is inevitable, which is the fact that we are, again, responsible for problem solving in our lives. The Seven of Pentacles tells me that sometimes, no matter how hard we work, things are never going to be perfect. And it's really not even sometimes, it's like all the time. That's just a fact of life. It's something that we can't negotiate when it comes to the earth and nature. It's one of the natural laws that we have to accept on earth is that uncertainty, hard work, and fear are facts of life. And I actually got that idea from Bill Stutz, the therapist, who actually has a great documentary on Netflix. So when I put these ideas together, it helps me remember that change is always imminent, and the biggest change that we tend to have to face is the emotional challenge that accompanies losing what once worked and having to figure out what works and having to figure out new ways of communicating, of thinking, of protecting ourselves, and of collaborating and compromise. To clarify all of these cards, I pulled the Queen of Wands. To me, this energy is one of authority, but needing to create the ways that we wield that authority. I think the king has a vision and knows that it's solid and that it will work out, but the queen doesn't have that same validation or that same security. The Queen of Wands is the only court card in the wand suit who is not protected, who can be burned by fire. She has to learn as she goes. She doesn't have the security of knowing that if she fails, she has nothing to lose. She actually has everything to lose. Her reputation is on the line, her family, her creative projects, all of the things that she associates with her identity are at risk of catching the heat if she fails. So when I think about all of the other queens, I think about how these queens are able to sort of know or be able to suss out success in different ways that the Queen of Wands doesn't necessarily have access to. The Queen of Cups has the ability to feel and intuit and sort of read between the lines of what's happening in the world to help her make decisions. The Queen of Swords has the information. She understands the rules. The Queen of Earth, she has the effort, the hard work. She has the manpower, the labor required to create new solutions and invent creative responses to challenge. But the Queen of Wands, she has to learn as she goes. She literally has to build the plane while flying it. she creates the new strategy that all of the other queens sort of are able to use to their advantage. I also wonder if this is because fire is one of the first primal elements, or it's like the youthful element, so it's kind of the younger one that doesn't have all of the experience of the other elements, right? Like water is very old, it's primordial, it existed before everything. But fire has to burn, it has to learn through experience. And I feel like the message here is, if we dress the part, if we become the character, become the savior that we're seeking, we can actually perform miracles, actually perform magic. We can surprise ourselves because we're allowing ourselves, we're giving ourselves permission to be open to surprise. And in that way, we're attracting it. The Queen of Wands is incredibly attractive. When you start smiling, even though you're upset, you trick yourself that you're actually in a good mood. This is scientifically proven. Don't ask me how it works. But I think that that's very much relevant to this Queen of Wands energy. If we are looking for peace, if we are looking for change, we have to start behaving like we already have it, like it's already ours, because that's how we shift timelines and allow ourselves to exist in a space, in the set that we build ourselves.